Hi, I'm Kubashni Moodley, and I'm a tax partner at PKF Durban. I think for me, the most important thing is that I stay abreast of the current amendments to the law, as well as other important tax information in terms of court judgments, to make sure I'm aware of SARS rulings and interpretation notes, because these all affect the advice that we give to our clients. At the same time, it's also important for us to retain the tax knowledge that we have from past years where there were changes to sections, because a client might come with a dispute that's 5, 6 years old, and if you don't know that the rules were different at that point in time, you'd have an incorrect argument. There's a lot of areas that you have to be aware of, past, present, and future. And when it comes to future, you have to know what amendments are coming up. So often we attend Treasury workshops and SARS workshops where we get a look at the proposals, the draft legislation, and really a bit of insight into what government is wanting to do in the tax space. So the most rewarding part for me, I would say, is firstly engaging with National Treasury and SARS. When they send out the draft tax bills, when they issue stuff for commentary, I think it's so good that they recognize that we as PKF have good comments and they take that into account. When we see it on the agendas, when they allow us to participate and we see the impact then filter through into the legislation, which ultimately affects the man on the street or the business owner. And to have that feeling of, I've managed to change something that's going to affect other people's lives, for me, I think that's the most rewarding. And of course, if there's a dispute with SARS and you've put in a lot of work, the client's win is ultimately your win. And lastly, I would say if I'm advising a client on a very complex transaction, then I want to find something that's out the box type of solution, an innovative idea that's going to really help the client, not just from a tax perspective, but commercially and on a practical level as well.